I grew up in a town called Langford, South Dakota. It's very small. I had a feeling I was going to travel, and I don't know how or why I had that. After trying a couple of different professions, I was working one day and a photographer came in and just asked if I'd ever consider modeling. And when I heard that, I thought, I don't know, I just felt like that's my ticket to be able to travel. The first thing I'd do when I'd get to a new city is try to hit the museums. The reason I was traveling was so that I could get to see these museums and these great pieces of artwork all around the world. When I got to be about 30, I decided to move back to the US. I had had a big adventure. Now I really wanted to start building something, building a life, building a career, building a family, things like that. So I just started gearing my life around returning to art school. I went to MCAT, I started there in 2010, and I was able to finish up in December of 2012.
You gotta get in there right away, don't you?
Come on, Tova. I work primarily with oil. The colors seem to me deeper, they're very creamy, they have a beauty to them, a kind of sheen to them that I don't feel like I get with other mediums. Something that I think is important in my work is capturing these singular moments, fleeting moments. We are so busy with our lives, we miss that split second. We don't realize all the beauty that's culminating to a moment. And I think that's what I'm trying to capture, those building blocks of beauty that comprise real life. I love color, I love thinking about it. I think my work and those moments that I'm capturing are often inspired by the color combinations that I'm seeing, even if I'm not always aware of it at the time. How the colors are colliding with this hot pink is really crazy. You know, you could say the same thing about color as about real life. I think we're never really our true self until we're in community with other people, because it's through those actions of other people that you're seeing who you are and how you react. So it's just kind of like color, like it's just in this interaction that we are either elevated, right, to like a really brilliant, beautiful color, or we're kind of muted, or we're kind of subdued. So I don't know, I always think we find our best selves in community as well. I was adopted out at birth, and I grew up in a Norwegian family, and I knew I was adopted, but I didn't know I was Native. That really started my curiosity, and I am finding that I have to go back and I have to rebuild in order to go forward and to make work that's more reflective of my Native American heritage. I happened to see that Mia was looking for a fellow in the Native American curatorial department. And then luckily, you know, I was able to get that fellowship. It's almost because of that energy that it's becoming this nice backdrop for this piece, which has like a quieter,
Dakota Hoska is our curatorial assistant at MIA, and we work together collaboratively every single day that she's here, including permanent exhibitions as well as the exhibition of Brilliant. And it was really important to use her own insights of her knowledge of Native art and of her great knowledge of paintings and prints, and to use that to combine to create a very unique installation.
I think Native artists take a lot of risk in their color. That's one reason I wanted to do a show about color. native artists who were getting all of these multiple colors in beadworks were just like the impressionist artists that suddenly had all of these colors of paint available to them in tubes, you know? I mean, it was exciting. For an artist, you would just be wowed by, you know, what you could do now that, you know,
Right,
you weren't
right.
limited to just that simple palette of the natural. You know, maybe Brilliant is kind of a reflection of myself in that it's tying together this European aesthetic with the native aesthetic, but I was just really exploring the beautiful use of color. There is so much to learn about my vocation. There are miles to go. When you hear about great artists, they continue to grow, their work continues to change, it continues to reveal itself over time. I'm hoping that I have an experience like that I'm always working towards my new best.